It's been a long time, but the wait was well worth it. Okay.
Yes, since last year. Cheers to my water on this 100-degree day.
Here's to my Delgada coffee.
Yeah, Delgada.
Yes, Delgada Lemon Coffee.
We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chai Together. I am your host and founder, Perciba Day. You are tuning in for your mug of courage, hope, and imagination today, as it's one journey at a time. And I'm here with Miss Carla Allen today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, blessed, thankful, and happy to be here.
I like the vibes.
Yeah.
So before we continue, I want to say I like your whole look and I like the eyeshadow and everything.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. You're beautiful. I love your blue. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Burlington Coat Factory, I believe, like the denim.
Shirt Burlington, earrings, Pride, TJ, hair.
Oh my gosh.
Eyeshadow, right from the dollar store.
Oh my God. No shame. That is so funny. So before we continue, I'm going to tell the viewers a bit about you.
Yes.
Because then we're going to get carried away. And that's going to be like 30 minutes in. So Miss Carla Allen has climbed the ladder in corporate America for the past 5 years. And now she is a financial crime specialist and a business owner. She's doing really well. And Carla has always had a passion to help people. She's now walking in her true purpose in life as a motivational speaker, using her voice to uplift and inspire other people to truly see and become a better version of themselves. Aww. Did you write that yourself?
I sure did. It came straight.
Wow. So where would you like to start?
So I can just give a little bit of background of myself. Yeah. So hello, everyone. I am Carla Allen, originally from Norfolk, Virginia, raised in Baltimore, Maryland. So I was about 5th grade, and then I moved to Pennsylvania. Growing up, my childhood was very rough. I would say that both of my parents were heavy on drugs, but despite the challenges and adversity that I faced growing up, I still managed to keep my head high and maintain a positive attitude through it all. Teenage mother at 16. My daughter now is 21, and I have a 4-year-old now. So I moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina in 2000, and I've been here for almost 10 years now. I moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina in 2012. I believe it was 12. Yeah, 2012. And I've been in Charlotte ever since, and I love it. New atmosphere. I always felt like I deserved to be in a bigger, better city than where I was living. Pennsylvania, York, Pennsylvania, to be exact, is a very small town. Never wanted to be there. Never wanted to live there when my parents moved us there. And I always knew that I would leave eventually and go on to bigger and better things. And here I am in Charlotte. And I'm a financial crime specialist at Wells Fargo. I've been there for 5 years now. And I've been motivating speaking since September of 2020. It's been laid on my heart to inspire. And I'm glad to inspire not only by my motivational speaking, but through my health and wellness business that I have as well. So that's a little bit about me, where I am today. And yeah.
It sounds like you're doing just enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to say a lot. I feel like it's well balanced. What do you think?
I think so too. And also, I think so too. Very well balanced. And also looking forward to singing has always been my passion as well. So I'm looking to do some things with singing as well. So I want to use my voice, not only speaking, but singing, to uplift and inspire and motivate and give hope to the hopeless, because we need it now more than ever.
Yes. Wow. So what kind of music genre? I could see that for you.
Yes, R&B. I love R&B soul. I have a soulful voice, so I love R&B soul. I can see some gospel as well. I would love to do gospel. So R&B.
Do you want to sing a little now?
Sure. I can sing
a little. Wow.
Sure.
She's like, let me take a sip of my slimming coffee. Oh, wow.
Sing a little bit of one of my favorite gospel songs, His Eyes on a Sparrow. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heavenly home? Since Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eye is no sparrow, and I know he's watching me. Just a
Wow. That was just a little bit. I thought I should have zoomed my screen out and just had the focus on you.
hmm. It's okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
Wow. I feel the energy that I feel from you is like a caged bird that is set free. Do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like that?
Yes, I do. You hit it right on the nail. You hit it right on the nail because um I've always been I always knew that I was destined for great, and I've always had myself inside of this shell, just being, scared to be free. Um, one of the speech that the Holy Spirit led me to speak about is about unleashing that in a child who felt scared, ashamed, unwanted, and doubtful, and that was me. And I just feel free. I feel like I'm literally in my purpose and doing what I'm supposed to do. And God did not make me to be fearful. He made me to be uh, bold, courageous, and just letting the world know who I am. And that's how I feel right now in my
It's so emotional.
life. Yes.
It's so emotional. Like, honestly, it's like, wow.
It's me. I'm set.
Because, yeah, that first part, when you first briefly told us about your story, I didn't know regarding, your childhood. I don't believe we discussed that, right?
No.
We hadn't.
Mm-mm.
So it's really interesting sometimes when I have guests come on and, they have the bios of what they do, their degrees, and all this stuff, and they get on the show, and then it's like, this is the real me. And that's what I wait for, so I can edit the bio later and be like, this is what they're going to bring to the show. This is what the truth is. Because everyone has this bio set up. But, try together in mental health, it's like, what happened to you? Like Oprah's new book, right? It's like, what happened to you? And wow, like that was so powerful. So do you sing at your church?
You know what? I actually I joined my church right before the pandemic happened.
Mm.
It's so funny because I didn't have a church home here in Charlotte. And then I attended with the church when I first moved here. But then I stopped going. And then I actually was led to the church I'm at now. Thank you for all the beautiful comments. Thank you so much, guys. I was led to my church now, which is actually called New Beginnings. And I felt like I was led to that church because a new beginning is happening to me. So it's just so it's weird how I wouldn't say weird. It's a blessing how I was led to this church. So to answer the question, no, because right before I wanted to start getting engaged with different things with my church, the pandemic happened. So we started going virtually. So I didn't have the opportunity to join my church choir, but I've always been, in gospel choir in high school and in chorus in high school. Growing up, it's always been a part of me, who I
You should show them your virtual singing. It's about time.
am. Yes, I
Hopefully
have.
this inspires you to. Do you know what? The first thing I thought was it's interesting because at 7 p.m., Kamal Bloomfield, he lives in Belize. He's going to be playing the saxophone for about an hour. And so for you to sing right now, I feel like that's alignment as well, right? Nothing was planned, right? And us matching, I always tend to match my guests, and I say it every time. Yesterday, I wore the same pattern dress as my guest. You know what I mean? Like, that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's how I take it as. That means I'm aligned with the right people who come on the show, not just anybody.
Right.
But for you to sing and then him to be doing music later, that means music has been big. And I was listening to some music before, like we came on here. And, it's like maybe we're all called to start listening to things that align with us more again, because of all the speaking and podcasts and motivational stuff. That's great. But also music, really is effective in healing for mental health, I feel.
It is.
So I see a painting like on your other wall.
Yes.
It's the 3 black girls.
Yes.
What's that about? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, to me, I bought it from the dollar store. But
real.
It symbolizes, me just being a Black queen and me being who I am. And that's what that picture symbolizes. It symbolizes my strength. It symbolizes me being the queen. It symbolizes my strength. It symbolizes my beauty. And every time I look at it, that's what I think of.
So do you mind if I go into your childhood?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you said your parents were both heavy on drugs, correct?
Yes.
What age did you realize, like, hey, my parents aren't normal? Like, were they neglecting you as a child?
I would say probably when I was about 5 or 6. I remember bits and pieces of my childhood, and I believe for me it's a good thing because it helped block out certain things in my mind, so I wouldn't be, as traumatized.
Yes.
I still do remember a lot of things, and yes, I would say I was neglected. My parents they started out as selling drugs, making money, and it led to them being a product of their own product. Led to them being sick, which led to them not being full attentive to my brother and my sister, and I'm the baby, and I have an older sister and my brother. And they weren't attentive to us. And it caused us to, caused me and my sisters and my brother to have to deal with being involved with drug raid, have to be involved with seeing guns and seeing a whole lot of drugs and being in foster care. It led to all the different things. And eventually my parents did get us back. Me and my brother got us back. We was in foster care for a year, but it led to those things. And but through it all, I always, like I said in the beginning, I always maintain a positive attitude. I never looked at it like, why me, or felt sorry for myself, or, wanted anyone to feel sorry for me. I took that as, hey, this is something that I can propel myself to know that this is not the path that I want to lead. No, this is not the life that I want for my family when I have a family. I don't want to be on drugs. I don't want to be associated with people who dealt with those type of drugs because I know my background and where I came from. And that's what led me actually to my health and wellness, because both of my parents are deceased, God rest their soul. But they weren't, healthy, living a healthy lifestyle. And that's why it's imperative to me why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Everything that I'm doing now, speaking, my health and wellness and my singing is all a part of me and who I am and who I was meant to be.
Wow. So deep. I didn't expect any of this. I didn't even know what to expect, right? As Carmen said, it was so meaningful. Your story is so meaningful. And you speak so mellow as well. You're the second mellow guest I've had today. It's interesting. It's really interesting that, you're opposite of them, that you decided to make something of your life that was opposite of what they chose. Wow. So did
Definitely.
you ever feel that you got closure about them as you got older?
Um, no, it's a lot of questions that I would ask. I lost my parents when I was my father I was 23 and my mom I was 25, 26, about to be 26. And I still consider myself, as a young woman, but I didn't really get to ask the necessary questions that I wanted to ask and really
Mm,
dive deep into certain things that I would want to know now. But as far as I knew my parents loved me. I knew my parents loved me and I knew they would do anything for me and I knew that they want the best for me. When we moved to Pennsylvania, that is the reason why we lived in Pennsylvania for my parents to get themselves together. So when I lived in Baltimore, that's when it was really rough. My parents were on drugs. I moved to Pennsylvania when I was in sixth grade. And that's when they got themselves together and I experienced having a family, where I was getting attention, where I was getting the proper care that I deserved to get as a child.
mm.
So in that time, yeah, my parents were, you know, were Charles, that's my father's name, and Cheryl. They were themselves.
Oh,
They were getting themselves together. So I did experience that with them. But there's
wow.
questions that I would love to ask them now. Um, but it's okay. I know that at the end of the day, they loved me and my brothers and my sisters and my sister, and I know that they would do anything for us. So,
I like that. Did they pass naturally or was that from the drugs?
well, they passed from cirrhosis of the liver. So,
Mm,
yeah, the liver.
the effects.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. So now you have your own family.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I,
do share with us. How is that for you? How do you feel?
I feel great. I love my children. My daughter, again, I said I was a teenage mom with my daughter. I was 16 when I had her.
Mhm.
Um, and during that time, I was determined to finish school on time and let my daughter see that, even though I was a baby having a baby, that I did it. I did it. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And my daughter is like, I feel like we grew up together. I feel like more like, my sister versus me being the mom because we grew up literally together. I was a baby and she was a baby and we grew together. And she'll be 21 in August. And then when I moved here in Charlotte, I had my son 4 years ago. Um, so it's been a wonderful journey. It's been
Wow.
it's helped me
Wow.
to be motivating. My daughter has helped me to be responsible. My daughter has helped me to not to lean and depend on no one and know that, at the end of the day, I have to do what I have to do for my family. So she has helped me to keep my backbone strong.
I have to say, you're a strong Black woman.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's interesting because you're standing on your own 2 feet and you learned that long time ago. So you are resilient and all of those adjectives. And it's not for everyone, as in you could have fell apart and just stayed down. You know that terror barrier? I'm sure you heard that Bob Proctor speaks about, right? It's like if you don't go through it, you hit it and then you fall and stay there, then it's really hard to get back up and start from level one.
Yeah.
And I feel that, your daughter especially is a blessing. And I'm glad you kept her. I mean, that was your decision. Either way, it would have been a great life, right, for
Yeah.
you. But
Hmm.
it's it's nice because perhaps you would have felt some loneliness or things that I'm sensing, and you could have led down the same path as your parents. Who knows if your kids weren't in your life, because it can be genetic or it can be subconsciously, the environment you're raised in. So when you get depressed, you can do the same things as they did. Just
Hmm.
like when you raise your kids, you're like, I would never do that, when I have a child, and they end up doing the same patterns that their own parents did.
Yeah.
So I feel like your daughter grounds you. And
Hmm.
then your son is 4. So I feel like that's bringing that fun aspect into your life still, that, you're not too old to have fun, or that life's not that serious, because
Exactly.
we only have one and no one gets out alive.
No. So that's a fact.
Like, yeah, I'm so glad that like we all connected through Les's program, right? I connected with you
Yeah.
and we really learn like, I really absorbed like all his classes, and I learned that really no time better than now.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you know what is so funny, because I never thought in a million years that I would be, not me speaking, not me talking
Yeah.
about childhood. I'm a private person. I don't like talking about
Yeah.
my life and my story, but at the end of the day, it was led in my heart to inspire. And one of the things when you inspire is you have to tell your story, because your story can be someone else's glory. And that's what I'm learning. So
Like Les's did.
yes.
And yours is doing now. I didn't know you were in foster care, but one thing I want to say that is a fact. I had recently shared with someone, Brittany Sherrill from our Power Voice. Do you know her yet?
No. Mm-mm.
She's also a foster care child. She was her whole youth. And her book is A Suitcase and a Dream. And she lived in foster care I believe her entire, she was, she went through some things and she was in our Power Voice.
Mhm.
And I connected with her when we were in Georgia. We had our meet and greet and a few people came, from Power
Mhm.
Voice. But she wrote a book about it. I still have yet to read it because it's such heavy stuff. It really
Mhm.
takes you to another place to read those
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
But I can say that she made it out,
Yeah.
foster care. And I was sending her this picture of statistics that, it is, like you said, you became a mom at 16. And
Mhm.
that can be because you didn't have the guidance. You went into foster care, and foster care kids tend to have kids early. So that was my point there. And yeah, like I can really sense your life, as a blessing. So share with us when you started your health business. Like how long ago was that?
So I wanted to start my health and wellness business in 2019, and I
Mm.
went to this drop shipping company, and long story short, it didn't work out. It was just, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like
Were
this
they
thing.
your own products you were producing or somewhere else?
Products. I wanted to do healthy. I wanted to do
Yeah.
healthy tea. I wanted to do healthy food.
Mhm.
All that good healthy stuff for people to be healthy, to consume healthy natural products. Long
Yeah.
story short, it didn't work out. So I kind of like just got discouraged. I said, you know what? Let me just take a breather. So 2020, fast forward. I was right when the pandemic happened, right? I was laying down, I was taking a nap, and I woke up and I heard the word inspire as clear as day. I heard it, and it scared me and it startled me, to be honest. But I know what I heard. And a day later, I get a text from a friend, and she's like, "Hey, you want to join my Zoom?" So I'm like, "Okay." I didn't ask what her Zoom was about or anything. I was like,
Yeah.
"I just hop on and see what she's talking about." So
Yeah.
when she got on the Zoom, this when she started talking about. She introduced to me these amazing natural, high quality products, and I'm like, you know what? This is what I need to do. This is what you're telling me, God, to get back into my health and wellness business.
Mm.
This is where I can start to get back into my business. I don't have to worry about drop shipping. I don't have to worry about everything that I had to worry about in 2019
Yes.
when I started. It's a company where everything is fully packaged. All I have to do is get in, sign in, and share, share, share. And that's what I did. And I'm here and I share products with, people every chance I get. And I tell these people about the amazing products and what they have done for me.
I
And
saw.
and
Yeah.
they do the same for them. So that's why I'm in TLC and my health and wellness business. And I love it because it's more than just tea. It's, a lot of self-development, and this
Yes.
self-development led me to the Power Voice, and the Power Voice led me to
Oh wow.
where I am today, right now, and incorporating all that with my speaking. It just goes so well, health and wellness, and your mental strength, and all that goes together in speaking about it. So I just put it together, and I do my thing.
I know you recently went to Atlanta to give your speech. How was that?
Oh man, that's crazy. Not me. You know
It's
what?
fun, right?
Yes, man, it was super fun. It was super dope. I'm meeting everybody,
Mhm.
instead of
Right?
just texting and seeing each other like this. We really get to see each other. We really get to feel the vibes, and it felt so good. It was just amazing. I love being up there on that stage and holding that mic, and just looking at people and just speaking from the heart, and really giving my speech, and really hope with hopes that if I could just reach one person, I'm happy. And I did that, and it was amazing.
What was your speech about? Like, what was the topic?
Is titled "You Can." So the topic
Mm.
basically is, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, it's about releasing that inner child, that felt scared, ashamed, unwanted, and doubtful, and really have a renewing of your mind. Romans 12:1 and 2. Do not be conformed by this world, but be transformed, by the renewing of your mind. And in order for you to renew your mind, when you renew your mind and you release, that inner child, and you release those fears and you release those doubts and you renew your mind, you can become and do anything that you put your mind to. And that's basically what my speech was about, is just releasing that inner child who felt scared, and
Wow.
mind, and go after what you can, because you are limitless potential. There's nothing that you can't do.
So inspirational. I want to hear it. It's
Sure.
recorded, right? You get the
Yeah.
recording? Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Yes, I would definitely let you hear it. I will definitely let you hear it. It is amazing, super amazing. Actually, it's on my YouTube page as well. I have a YouTube page,
You
and
already have the recording?
no, I
Oh,
do. No, I did it. My recording, I did it myself before. This was like 4 months ago. But we will have the recording, and when we
yeah.
do, I will definitely share it.
Yeah. Wow. I want to
Yeah.
know more. So I want to speak briefly about, your transition and support. Like, are you a single parent?
Hmm. Yes, I am.
What is your experience like with that? Do you feel fully supported? Like,
With my daughter.
mm,
So with my daughter, I had support from family and friends. Um, yes, so I really basically raised my daughter on my own. Besides the support that I had from my family and my friends,
mhm.
everything else, I raised my daughter. My daughter's father was not there for my daughter, and my son. Me and his son is not together. However, he's very supportive,
Oh,
with my son, and that's just different from with my daughter. He's very attentive to things that I need for my son, and just being there, and that means a lot. You know, that means a lot to me.
yeah.
So two different, aspects. With my daughter, no, her father was not there, but with my son, his father is there, and he is supportive, and is there for the things that I need for our son.
Wow. Well, thanks for being transparent,
You're welcome.
vulnerable, because it's not easy to do. I'm sure
Mm.
you don't share this on a daily basis, just talking out, anywhere. Like,
Mm.
yes, my children's father. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? But you were speaking a lot about inner child and, your own healing of the inner child. Do you feel like you do, a program or some kind of coaching on that in the future? Do you see yourself like helping other women heal, or single moms or something from your experience?
You know what? I never really thought about that. I don't know. I think that the speaking would probably lead me down that road, but right now,
Mm,
my speaking and my speaking that I do, and every opportunity that I get to speak, that's what I hope to bring, healing to other women. And this story, my first speech is not my best.
wow.
It's really not my best speech. I've gone through a lot, and I don't mention a lot. I've gone through a lot. I just talk about, little bits and pieces. But this speech right here, my very first speech, is is my heart, but it's not my best speech. So I believe that I do have the potential to help heal other women and help heal the youth, because, I want to touch women and I want to touch the youth, because releasing that inner child is, well, as an adult, we carry things that we dealt with as a child. So
Yeah.
I, touch on that as far as being a grown woman. And then I can also relate that to the youth as well, by letting them know that, hey, even though you've been through those things and you've been through these adversities, you still can become who you were meant to be. And don't let that stop you, because I'm living proof of it. So I definitely, every each chance that I get, I with hopes that my message is healing to not only the youth, but to women and to men, all around the world, that has to deal with inner child problems, and don't realize that they carry them with them as an adult, because you do. I really do.
That's true too. The denial.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have denial or don't see that unless someone points it out. If someone even around them has the courage to be like, hey, you know, like a true friend, hey, you know, your behavior is not appropriate, things like that.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned your speeches. So your first speech, is that the one that's already on YouTube? Or are you talking about the one that you gave? Wow. So that's the one, like the first one you did, but you say it's not your best one. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I'm even surprised, like when I first started the Power Voice and I did my 3-minute video, I was looking at the camera like,
I was sideways. Oh, well. I had such anxiety.
Yes. I didn't
even do Chai Together then. Did you know? I didn't even have Chai Together.
I know. I remember you.
Really? You were there from the beginning too? You remember? And I don't look the same either, do I?
I remember your background and everything. Your posture is different. Your everything is just different. I remember.
Oh my God. Yeah, because you remember my 3-minute, what it was about. It was so heavy, and I didn't look as well either. Like I didn't look as put together, and like I needed help. Like that was not a great time for me, but I still did it. You know what I mean? Oh man, like imagine like if I hadn't, there would be no Chai Together. And for you too, like, wow. Yeah. So what is your big dream? Like, you know, your main focus, is that with motivational speaking? Is that what you want to do most, like on a daily basis?
My purpose in life is to be the motivational health and wellness to use my voice singing and speaking to inspire, to uplift, to give hope, to continue to live and not die, and to have the ability to do whatever it is I want in life, not only for myself, for my family, but for others. So that is my purpose.
Wow. That was such a nice wrap up. Like you left us off so nicely. Wow. I would like, if you're willing, for you to, you know, come sing on a live stream, as in it would just be focused on you, you know, on StreamYard, such as tonight's. And I may start, you know, like a musical theme going for Chai Together. People come on and share your music, your voices, you know, your talents and your skills, like where people start sharing and others can see and connect and collaborate. And I think that's a great idea for people to come share their skills, whether it's like cooking or anything, right? Because as a community, other people have to share what they do as well. Wow, I just thought of this. I'm gonna do it.
That's a part of healing.
I like it. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. I really enjoyed it. I really, really did.
Me too. And the singing, and I mean, I've never spoken with you on camera before, like video chat. So it's like truly. So last year was like when we meet everyone online, you know, a lot of texting and stuff. But this is the year I feel more when we're like seeing other people, like this year more. Things are opening up, and now we're actually going places and stuff. So yeah. Tell everyone where they can find you.
So you can find me on Facebook, Carla Allen. You can find me on Instagram, Carla_Allen. The number 5 is my favorite number because it's the number of favor. And Lord have mercy, have you ever shown me favor? And I'll be having a website coming out really, really soon. And I'm super excited about that. So I will post that on my Facebook and my Instagram. And I'm on LinkedIn as well, Carla Allen. And Carla Allen.
We have to connect, because I'm going to put this as one of my features on my LinkedIn now. This is such a great, you know, conversation. I don't like to call it interviews. It's, I don't know. I feel inspired. It just gave me life. Like the singing, I'm going to listen to that again. It's so nice.
Thank you so much.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm super excited for you, and I love what you're doing with Chai Together. I really do. It's a really great community, and it brings awareness to mental health, and a lot of people need that, and you are setting the bar high for it. So keep going, girl.
Wow. I needed that because, I paused with, things out of my control. So now that I'm back, it's like, yeah, it can feel, of course, when you're building business and you're, building your brand, I feel it's natural to feel a bit of stress. That's just part of the process. But I feel like that's work. It's like possibly when you work, you have that stress, like no matter what you do, because you have something to get done,
Exactly.
So I'm glad your 4-year-old, is he there? He's quiet.
He is taking a nap, girl. I had to
Oh,
lay
okay. Let me go before he wakes up.
He would have took over this whole interview, okay?
That would have been fun though. It's like if he woke up cranky, like, oh Lord. Miss Beverly said hi, Carla.
Hi, Miss Beverly. How are you doing?
Someone said, congratulations, Queen. I am unable to see the name.
So much.
This is great. This is so nice. Nice, like, end to the evening.
Yes, it
But
is.
yeah.
Thank you.
You take good care.
You too, my queen. You too. Cheers.
Cheers. That's so cute. Wow, we're vibing. It's a vibe thing. Okay. All right, let's end this because we're just ongoing.
No.
Thank you, everyone. She said you have a beautiful voice, Miss Beverly said.
Thank you so much, Miss Beverly.
Oh. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Wait.